Most people take a lot of time to find the right company when starting their careers, but for a lot of young professionals entering the real estate industry, this seems to be the primary and sometimes only thought process driving their decisions. And even though the decision around which company to work for is definitely important, one of the most underrated decisions you need to make when starting out in the commercial real estate industry is where you decide to take that first job. And over the long term, this can make a really big impact on your entire career. So to help put this on your radar and also to help you decide where you do want to start out, in this video, let's walk through the cities I see as the best places to start a career in commercial real estate based on my own experience and my experience helping tens of thousands of students at this point work through the job search process, and which cities might be best for you based on your long-term interests and goals in the industry. So at this point, the internet has made the options for where you can work pretty much endless. And this can sometimes make the job search process feel kind of paralyzing when you have to decide where you want to focus your job search and where you want to set out to try to build your career. Now, obviously, commercial real estate is extremely location based, and the experience you get in one city versus another can be completely different. So choosing the right metro to start out in is critical to your success in the industry long term. And having been in commercial real estate myself for about 10 years at this point, seeing the guys I started out with in the industry progress in their own careers over time, and also through running the Break into CRE Academy program over the last few years and helping people land jobs, I've developed some pretty strong opinions on this subject, and I wanted to make a video that hopefully can help you as you go through this process. So without further ado, let's jump right into the cities I like most for starting a real estate career and the case for each. So topping this list, and my number one recommendation for young real estate professionals, is to do whatever you can to land your first commercial real estate role in a major gateway market. In the US, the 6 major gateway markets I'm referring to are New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Chicago, Boston, and Washington, D.C. The opportunities in these metros just tend to blow other cities completely out of the water, and the easiest way to illustrate this is with a quick LinkedIn job search. If you search for jobs under the commercial real estate keyword on LinkedIn, as of early October of 2021, you'll find about 18,500 job postings across the entire US. But what's interesting here is that of those 18,500 opportunities, almost 9,000 of these postings are located in one of these 6 major metros, with 22% of all commercial real estate jobs being based in either New York or Los Angeles alone. And what this should tell you is that the types of companies that you'll want to work for and the types of people that you'll want to work with are almost always going to be clustered in a major gateway city, which makes these places some of the absolute best places to learn and build your career. If you go to work in a city like New York or Los Angeles, you're inevitably going to be playing with the best in the industry, which rubs off very quickly on you and directly influences the kind of real estate professional that you are going to become. Working in a major metro like this also allows you to build an extremely strong network almost by default, since the people that you will work with and do deals with on a regular basis in these cities often go on to build extremely successful careers in the industry. It's no coincidence that these gateway markets are also some of the most expensive real estate markets in the country, and as you might have guessed, the best talent in this business tends to follow income upside very, very quickly. For real estate professionals, big property valuations mean higher commissions, higher fees, and higher overall compensation packages as a result, which makes a market like New York an absolute magnet for real estate professionals trying to get to the top of the industry. And because the competition is so strong in these markets, the standard for work product tends to just be higher in cities like these, which also helps you become successful not only in a major market like this, but will also give you the skill sets you'll need to become a big fish in a small pond really, really easily if you do decide to move to a smaller metro in the future. To make a long story short, if you want to be one of the best in the industry and want to maximize your earning potential as quickly as possible, Going to one of these major gateway markets to start out your career is one of the best ways I know to make those things happen. Now, if you don't choose a gateway market and aren't up for any of these metros I just mentioned, don't worry, there is still hope for you. And my second favorite type of city to build a commercial real estate career in is an emerging secondary market. Metros like Austin, Miami, Salt Lake City, Nashville, and Raleigh-Durham would all fall under this category, with each of these markets seeing huge amounts of job growth and popularity over the past several years. Job growth leads to demand for real estate of all product types, and with increased real estate demand comes new local development and redevelopment opportunities, which ultimately creates jobs for young people entering the real estate business. And taking a job in a city like this also allows you to get in on the ground floor of what could be some pretty meteoric growth over the next few years, and will help you capitalize on opportunities that just might not be available in a fully mature market. Because these metros are also comparatively smaller than major gateway cities, industry affiliations in these markets tend to be more tight-knit, with groups like ULI and NAIOP usually having really strong networks in these areas, especially in their young leaders groups for early career professionals. Going to work in these types of markets could also give you exit opportunities down the road with bigger national firms that want to build a presence in the metro, especially if you become an expert and really the go-to person in a specific product type in the market. I've also found that jobs in these metros usually allow for a little bit more of a work-life balance than you'll see in gateway cities, so if you are looking for a little less time in the office and a little bit more time outside, these are the types of markets where you're more likely to find that. And finally, if gateway markets or emerging secondary markets aren't your thing, my final recommendation for where you might want to start out is the exact city that you want to be in long term. If you know for sure that your long-term goal is to raise a family and grow old in a smaller metro that didn't make this list, there's no harm in going directly to that market as long as you're set on that market for the very long haul. It does tend to be significantly harder to make a big income in markets with less than about 1 million people, but there are big fish in every small pond, and you can find commercial real estate professionals that are making a killing in almost any small or mid-sized city across the US. If you're committed to the city itself and work hard to get to know all the local brokers, owners, and government officials in the market, becoming a local expert can be extremely profitable regardless of where you are, and I would even say that there tend to be more opportunities to find value in small markets than in efficiently priced markets like New York or Los Angeles. Ultimately, if I had to rank these, New York is still the mecca of commercial real estate, and Los Angeles isn't all that far behind, and in my opinion, choosing one of these two cities based on which coast you prefer would be an ideal way to start out your career. But with that said, if you're set on a different city long term, or you want to roll the dice on an emerging secondary market, there will always be opportunities if you're willing to put the work in over the long term. And if you're looking to find a job in any metro, in order to stand out and actually land a position, especially in the major gateway markets we mentioned, the number one thing that employers are looking for today in young real estate professionals is a strong technical modeling and analysis skill set. And if you're looking to learn the things you'll need to know in order to break in at a top real estate firm, make sure to check out our all-in-one membership training platform, Break Into CRE Academy. A membership to the Academy will give you instant access to over 120 hours of video training on real estate financial modeling and analysis. You'll get access to hundreds of practice Excel interview exam questions, sample acquisition case studies, our entire library of pre-built acquisition, development, and waterfall models for multifamily, office, retail, and industrial properties, and you'll also have access to private one-on-one email-based career coaching if you're looking to break into a top real estate private equity, brokerage, or lending shop and want some additional personalized feedback on your own unique career scenario. And if you like this video and want to see more content on this channel on commercial real estate careers, make sure to hit the like button to let me know, and let me know in the comments where you're watching from and if you think any markets belonged on this list that didn't make the cut. As always, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you found this helpful. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to see more videos like this every single week, and I'll see you in the next video.